Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. Let's continue our journey towards getting blue science packs going. We've got plastic and we've got sulfur. So we've got sulfur. The plastic is to make the advanced circuits, and then we also need to set up engine unit production. So those will be our tasks today. We'll see how far we can get. Looking at our base, everything appears to be running just fine. Checking our power, we still have plenty of power production capacity, so no problems there. What I'd like to do now is get the sulfur and the plastic run over to the main bus. So we have to decide where to do that. On second thought, if we build our red circuits right here, I could bring the plastic line straight down from there. Actually, we can do that with the sulfur as well, I think. Although we will need to make sulfuric acid as well at some point. Let me check my calculator here. Yeah, we're going to need one factory making sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid also takes water as well as iron plate. Okay, so here's an idea. Let's make sulfuric acid as well. I'm going to need to make another chemical plant. We already have water, so we might as well just do it here. And how do I want to arrange this? I'll do it like this. Okay, so sulfuric acid. And for that, the calculator actually says that we need 0.3 machines. So this will be, an excess of capacity for sulfuric acid production. Let me relocate that light, and then what I'll do is something like that. That'll feed it the water. And then we can put, actually, rather than doing that, I'll just put another inserter right there. Okay, so whatever goes on this belt will feed the sulfuric acid production first. Okay, and then we need to get some iron plates up there. And we just so happen to have some iron plates already coming up. So what we'll do is we'll do the old underground belt trick. Okay, so I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to press R to reverse the direction. And that'll pull the iron plates off of that belt. And we can just run this straight up there. Okay, well, whoops, wrong button, sorry. We'll try to keep things fairly neat and clean. Actually, let's make this more symmetrical by putting that there. Now this has a cycle time of 1, and we need 1 iron plate. So essentially 1 per 1 second we can use a yellow belt. Okay, and then let's make a tank. I need some iron plates. Okay, and then we'll just start pumping that into a tank. Let that accumulate. There we go. Great. Okay, and then that way the acid will be available when we need it. Okay. Yeah, and then sorry, I'm hitting the wrong buttons here. Let's see. Let me do that. Yeah, we're using up all of our petroleum already. Probably because I'm buffering all this plastic. Although it looks like the buffers are almost full. So once those get full, then the plastic production will back up a bit and we'll be able to have some more petroleum to make the sulfur. Yeah, see right now we're using it all up and none of it's left to go on the belt. So we'll run that down there. Okay, we need some more of those. I need to grab some iron plate. Okay. Oops. So we'll just run these two belts down here. Okay. All right. So let's do the red circuits next. First I'm going to go over and get some iron plate. Should grab some gears so I can keep handcrafting like crazy. Now you may notice that, I mean, if you've played the game before or watched other YouTubers, then you probably know that a lot of people will at some point build what we call a shopping mall, which is essentially an area where you automate the production of all your belts and inserters and things like that. Now, I haven't done that yet, and the reason is I don't really feel like we need it right now. As long as you've got plates and circuits and gears, you can handcraft just about anything that you want, especially if you also have a lot of belts and yellows and yellow inserters, since those are ingredients for everything else that you need to make. So thus far, it's been fairly easy just to handcraft things. So that's why I haven't really felt the need to build them all yet. And I'll just continue like this until it gets to the point where all the handcrafting is becoming annoying. Okay. And then we can set up them all. But the nice thing about the science packs is that, the game designers have kind of made the science pack recipes in such a way as to encourage you to automate some of the more important things, right? So like for red and green science packs, we've automated belts and inserters, which we use in vast quantities. Over here, we're automating ammo and grenades and walls, which we need for defenses. So, they've kind of done that on purpose so that a lot of the stuff that you use to automate the science packs is stuff that you need to automate anyway, right? So that kind of reduces the need to build them all right away. Okay, so let's start with red circuits. My calculator tells me that I need 54 machines making red circuits altogether, right? That's quite a lot. But we'll get started here. All right, so we're doing, right, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. All right, so our first machine should be right there. Okay, these power poles are kind of in the way. But I will tell you that, these power poles are kind of temporary just until we get, until we fill in the rest of the stuff with our factory. Okay, so let's look at the recipe for red circuits. Now we can see that the cycle time is 6 seconds. And every 6 seconds we need 2 plastic bars, 4 copper cables, and 2 electronic circuits. Okay, so the plastic bars and the circuits we're going to get from our belts, off of the bus, essentially. The copper cables we're going to make here. So keep that in mind then. We need 4 copper cables every 6 seconds. Okay. Now, if we look at the copper cables, we get 2 every half second. Okay, so that means that every second we can make 4 copper cables, right? And this needs 4 every 6 seconds. So what that means is that one copper cable machine can support up to 6 machines making advanced circuits, right? Because if we make 4 every second, and we need 4 every 6 seconds per machine, if we have 6 machines, that means we need 4 per second. Okay, so this is kind of the standard setup, 5, 6, for making red circuits. Okay, we'll have 1 copper machine feeding into 6 red circuit machines. Okay, and then we'll have 1 belt giving us our output. Now, what we do after this, you have a lot of flexibility to be creative. Usually what I'll do is I'll mix the green circuits and the plastic bars on a single belt. Right, so we could do something like this. Now, if I've got 54 of these machines, let me get my calculator out because we need to figure out what we need to feed it. All right, so if I need 2 plastic bars, let's calculate for plastic bars. I need 2 plastic bars every 6 seconds. So 2 divided by 6 is 0.33333 per second. Right, and if I multiply that by 54 machines, that means I need 18 plastic bars per second to feed this. Okay. So 18 per second is more than a single yellow belt can carry. So how do we do that? Okay, so this means that we need more than a single yellow belt of green circuits and plastic bars. Now, if we make red belts carry twice as much. So we could, if we shared a belt with plastic and circuits, we could have a red belt and it wouldn't have quite enough to feed the entire thing. So if we did 2 red belts, we'll start with yellow and then we'll upgrade to red later. So let's try this. All right, and I'm just kind of, no, I'm just doing this layout from, I'm not doing this from memory or anything. I'm making this up as I go because I like to do that. All right, so let's set this up on both sides. All right, copy that. And I don't know why, but does it just seem like it's always nighttime? Okay, so let's imagine we have 1 belt of plastic and 1 belt of green circuits. And actually the plastic belt can come down, right, since we're bringing it from up there. I'm just leaving more room for more plastic lines, or for more red circuits. And then these 2 belts can be our outputs. And then we'll have a belt here with the copper. Okay. Let me move that there. Okay, so this will be green circuits. Let me see. Where are my green circuits? There they are. Okay, and I'm actually going to put 2 splitters here, and I'm going to set these to prioritize this outside so that it'll always fill this belt before anything continues down the line. There we go. Okay. And then what we're going to do for the copper is I'm going to bring some copper up like this. Whoops. There we go. All right. So I'm going to side load the copper plate onto this belt. And then I'll have one belt bringing in the plate and then another belt putting the copper wire onto the other side. Like that. Okay, and then actually let's see here. If I need 4 every 6 seconds, we can use yellow inserters for that. All right, so we'll do that to be a little more economical with our resources. Okay, so we got that. And then on this side, we'll have our outputs onto this belt. And then for the inputs, we can do this. Okay, actually let me remove all that. Okay, so this inserter is going to grab the plastic, and then this one is going to grab the green circuits. Okay. There we go. And then I'll just throw in a light in front of each pole. All right, so now, and then we can use, let me see here. We can use undergrounds for this output belt. Like so. Right. And let me show you a little trick. Like I wanna have an underground belt start somewhere here at its maximum length and then end here. But it's hard for me to estimate where it should go, where the first one should go. So what I do is I just start where I want it to end, take it to its maximum length, and then I can just press the R key in reverse direction. Okay, so that'll go something like that. And then we've got red circuits. All right, now let's do the other side, which is not exactly a mirror image. Let's craft some more of those undergrounds. Okay, and that's going to go like that. There's that. And then that's going to side load. Right, and then I'll just try to duplicate what we've got here on the other side. There we go. All right. Yeah, and then same here. Let me just remove this belt first. Okay. And then our power poles. There we go. Actually, let's do it like that. Okay, and that'll give us a belt full of red circuits. All right, now to do our blue science packs, let's see. Blue science packs take 24 seconds to make 2, which means 12 seconds to make 1. So I'm going to need 12 blue science pack buildings. I mean, it's essentially going to be 3 per second, right? No, 1.5 per second is what I need. So this should be enough because since I've got 6 here, that's 1 per second, that's 2 per second. So this should be enough right now to give me what I need for the blue science packs. But I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this one more time. All right, so I'm just gonna paste that there. Although some of these undergrounds are not going to be quite right. Okay. And we'll just run this belt up. We'll run that belt up. All right, so this is going to be 24 of the 54 machines that I need making red circuits. And we can expand it later. You know, as we need more and more red circuits, we can continue to build it up. I don't think I need that, and I don't need that. Oh no, I do need that. That's to power those. Okay, so feed the copper. Feed that stuff. Ah, there we go. All right, and then, yeah, just do it like that. See, I didn't know you could do that when you have a blueprint. Oops. There. Okay, and we're just missing the output inserters. And the lights. Whoops, more lights. Okay. Let's check our power. We're still doing okay. All right, so now we got lots of red circuits being made. I'm going to get rid of some of this extra plastic that I'm carrying, as well as the copper cables. All right, and here I do want to buffer red circuits. I didn't leave myself much room to do that though, did I? Let's try. Make another steel chest. Okay, so this will go onto the bottom side of the belt, and that'll load onto the top side of the belt. There we go. And I'll limit this buffer to, yeah, let's say 10 stacks each. That might be too much, but that's okay. All right. And then we run the red circuits down onto the bus with the others. Okay. It's a little tricky there, but there. Okay. We've got red circuits. Okay, what else do we need? Sulfur, red circuits, and engines. Okay, so we're already almost out of time, but let's make some engines. And how many engine factories do I need? Checking my calculator, the link for which is in the description, as I'm sure you all know by now. We need 15 machines making engines. I'm going to round that up to an even 20. Okay, now for engines, all we need essentially is steel and iron. Since we're going to make the circuits, I guess let's make the engines like around here someplace. This looks like a good spot. All right, 1, 2, 3. So that'll be our first machine, making engines. Okay, so we're going to do 20. So let's go ahead and set up, that's what, 5. Copy, paste, that's 10. Okay, so engines need 1 steel, 1 gear, and 2 pipes. Okay, and these have a 10-second cycle time. So if I have 10 of these machines on each side of the belt, that means I'm going to need, on each side of the belt, I'm going to need 1 steel, 1 gear, and 2 pipes per second. Right? And since I have to feed these things 3 items, that means I'm going to need 2 belts in order to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and set that up. Speaking of belts, I need to get some more. I'm going to need to craft some more inserters as well. Let's do that. More reds, more blues. So let's just go ahead and fill up on belts and yellow inserters. Okay. All right, so the steel is a simple matter of just bringing it from the bus. So we'll take care of that last. So what I'd like to do next is to set up the pipes and the gears. Okay, so again, 1 gear per second and 2 pipes per second. And both of those can be fairly easily accommodated. Let's see. And we need to get it so that we can feed these first 2 machines here. So if I had like a machine here making gears, let's say, we could output right there, and then these guys would pick up the gears from there. Now for pipes, yeah, we can have the pipes made right here and output onto this belt. This goes up, and this will go on the left side of the belt, and this will be able to feed all of this. And then we can bring the iron down like that, which is a little bit ugly. So what I'll do is, here, let's do this. I'll put a red there and a blue there. Here, I'll use my steel power pole. It covers more area. Okay. And then this one will be for the steel. So let's go ahead and bring that down. Whoops. All right. So I'm going to line up with that, and then I'm going to go back 2 tiles. 1, 2. That way I can loop up, loop down, and then jump across. Okay, and then this needs to be iron right here. I'm just placing these so I remember where to line things up. Whoops. All right. Now we need to get power over there. Let's craft some more of these long ones. I'm going to put one there. Let's put one there. And one there. There we go. All right, so there's our gears and pipes. I need more wooden power poles. Oops. Okay. All right, so now we're making engines. And let there be light. Okay, so that's 10 engines. And we can see that these are all running, which means that we got the ratios correctly over here. Okay, and then we're just going to set up exactly the same thing on the other side. Okay, so we'll start here. Here, and I can end that belt like that. Okay, let's see here. So that one goes there. That one goes there. That's gears. That's That's pipes. That's iron. Okay, so we need another belt of steel here, although what I'm going to do instead of bringing down another belt of steel, I'll just split this one right here. Whoops. Whoops. Like that. Okay, that makes it a little bit easier. But the iron, I will bring down a dedicated belt. I need more of those. There. All right. So the last thing we need to do then is put sulfur on the bus. And I'm still not getting much sulfur. Let's go take a look at what's going on up here. Yeah, we're still consuming everything for plastic. All right. So what if I just quit with the buffers for now? Let's see. All right. So we can see that only some of these machines are actually running. You can tell by looking for the flame. Right, so that just means that we're not getting quite enough oil to keep everything running. Right, if we look at this machine here, for example, it's got no oil. So what we're going to need to do as soon as we can is find another oil patch. And unfortunately, I don't see any right now. I only see this one. So I might have to get into a car and drive around and look for another oil patch. Or we can go back to the very first episode where I created the map and see if we can see more oil on the map preview. You know, when you first create it and you do the preview before you start the game, you can see a huge area. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, so we might have to, yeah, we're going to have to find some more oil at some point. Now, the other thing is once we get advanced oil processing done, this will become more efficient and we'll get a lot more petroleum out of it. So, so I'm not going to panic until we get that done. Okay, until then I'll stop filling those chests. That should lighten up the load on the plastic production, and hopefully we can start to back up enough petroleum that I can make some sulfur. Let's see. Yeah, because to get advanced oil done, we need 75 science packs, which is going to require, let's see, 75 divided by 2 sulfur. What's 75 divided by 2? 35, 37, 38, let's say. Okay, yeah, I've got enough sulfur that we can at least get advanced oil processing done. All right. I'm already over time, but I don't care. I want to get blue science done. So let's do that. Okay, so blue science. Again, we're going to have 12 of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, let's do 6 and 6. There we go. All right, and then we just need one each of those items coming up here. No, on second thought, let's just put all 12 in a row. There's 6, there's 12. All right, let's get rid of some of these trees. Okay, and yeah, might as well put the input here. So we're going to need 2 belts since we have 3 ingredients. Okay, and then we're going to do the same kind of setup here where we put doubles of the red inserters to pull from the far belt, which can stop there. And then we do doubles of the yellow inserter to pull from the near belt. And then that gives us a convenient place to put our power poles. Like that. And then similarly on the other side. See, this is why I don't mind doing this now, because once you have all the ingredients made, actually making the science packs is pretty quick and easy. Like that. Right, hopefully by now what I'm doing here shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody or need a lot of explanation, right? We're just feeding in from 2 different belts and outputting onto a single belt. Okay, so we need engines, we need red circuits, and we need sulfur. So I'll put sulfur on this outside belt, and what I'm going to do... Well, yeah, let's bring that belt down. I need to cross it over. Yeah, so I have an idea. I'm going to pick all this up. I want to bring it down here. There, I just wanted to get it on the other side, and then I can bring it straight down. So I'm just going to map view. Right, so if sulfur is this belt on the outside, I'm just going to shift and then click and then press W to go straight up, and that way I can see where my belts need to go. Oh, okay. Yeah, so actually, let's remove that. Right, and then I'll go here. just need to reverse the belt. There we go. All right, now since we don't have any sulfur to give it, I'm going to put my sulfur in the chest. All right, that's just kind of temporary. All right, now let's get the engines and the red circuits. So I've got red circuits coming out here already. So rather than sending it down to the bus and then coming up from the bus, I would kind of like to just split it over here. All right, this is going to be a little funky. There. This way I get a full belt, so I'm pulling equally from both sides. All right, so there's my red circuits, and now we just need the engines, which we can bring up here. Okay. Craft some more undergrounds. All right, and engines are going to go on the bus right here. Okay. They need 2 engines each. Okay, so now it's going to come down on this belt. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and join that belt with the military science packs. Let's see, this is going to be on the bottom side, so we can do that, and that should be just perfect. All right, we're making some blue science packs. And again, I've only got enough sulfur here to give me the 75 that I need to get advanced oil done. And then once we get that done, then we will upgrade our refinery to the advanced oil recipes. We'll get more petroleum, and then that should get the sulfur flowing. Okay, so you can see that they're outputting 2 at a time, right? According to the recipe, you get 2 times chemical science packs every 24 seconds. And then that's going to travel down this belt. So it'll be paired with military science packs on that belt. And then it'll wrap around, come up to the laboratories on this outside belt there. Okay, and then we left ourselves space here for 1 more belt, which will carry the other 2 science packs that we haven't researched yet. All right, so let's check our production. One thing you can do if you want to see how much you've made of something, you press P, and this will show your production and consumption graphs. So you can look at any period of time, and you can see how much you're producing, right? So this says blue science packs, we're making 5 per minute, but that's averaged out over the last 10 minutes. Okay, over the last 1 minute, it's 44 a minute, which is just about at the 45 per minute that we expect. And if you want to see how much you've made of something in total, you can go to all. And we can see here that so far we've made 56 blue science packs. Right, all is like the whole game over the course of the entire save. How much have you made? Right, we've made 242,000 iron plates so far. Okay, So here it comes, and it's getting fed into the labs. And we're starting to do our research again after a long drought. Let's take a look at our plastic production again. Yeah, it's still not backing up. We need more crude oil. That's what we need. I'm going to have to go find crude oil. I think I'll probably do that between now and the next episode. I'll go on an expedition looking for oil, see what I can find. We're going to start getting attacks from over here, so we'll need to take that biter nest out. I think we should probably start walling in soon. So what we could do is we can use this water to our advantage, right? We can build a wall from this lake here down to this one, and that way we only have to defend this section to cover that side of our base, right? We can put a wall like across here to cover us from the south, and we can build a wall there and a wall there. So that way we can wall in the whole base. That'll give us plenty of room to build. Now, eventually we'll need to run trains to get ore and stuff. Those might have to go outside of the walls, and then those will have to be fortified individually, kind of like we're doing with this oil well. But that's not a problem, especially once we get laser turrets. When you have laser turrets, they don't need ammo. They only need electricity. So that makes it a lot easier to set up static defenses because you don't have to worry about ammunition running out. So, but anyway, we'll get into that later on. Until then, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.